Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and it's another busy day in the kitchen. Today we are making beef, bean, and cheese burritos for the freezer. Okay friends, so in my big cast iron pan here, you will see that I've got 2 pounds of hamburger. And then I've got an onion. This also calls for taco seasoning, which I have my homemade here. Salsa. I got salsa here. I do have home canned salsa, but I am using this up. It just needs to be used up. And then I've got black beans that's going to go in here. And I'm going to make some refried beans for this. I'll show you just how easy that is to do out of canned pinto beans. So with that, I got my onion here. We're going to cut this onion up because I want to put this in with the meat. Okay? Peel this up. These are the tearless onions I bought. We'll see how these work. It's kind of hard to imagine an onion that don't make you cry. Okay, so throw this in my garbage bowl here. All right, we're gonna cut this baby in half, and we're just gonna chop this in fairly small pieces. Just dice it. I think I'm going to start with half of this onion and work my way up. I don't know just how much we're going to need in there. So we'll put that in there. And I think probably that's going to be a plenty. So there we have it. We'll set that onion aside, wrap that up, put that in the fridge. I can get rid of this and my knife. We'll get this meat broke up in here. We want to get this cooked until it is no longer pink. It is going to be cooked all the way through by the time we're done, but we're going to simmer it with a little bit of our salsa. So I want to get this broke up and get it browned up real good. Okay. We're going to let that cook in here. And while that's cooking, I'm going to show you how I do my pinto beans. And I'm not going to grind up my black beans. I want chunks of black beans in my burrito, but not the pinto beans. So with that, I have got my big old, let me fix my camera. Okay, I've got my food processor here. And in this, I am going to put one nice large can of pinto beans. Now you obviously can cook your own and make them into refried beans. I'm not cooking my own. I did drain these. Now I'm going to grind these up. I did reserve a little of the liquid from the can just in case I need it. So here we go. We'll grind these up really good. And it doesn't look like I'm going to need any of that reserved liquid. So that's all it is to it. See how that is? Alright, that's perfect. So we're going to set this aside because that will go in the mixture when we're ready. Okay. This still has a little way to go to get nice and brown. Now this is nice lean burger that I got. It's ground chuck. You can use any you want, any cut you want. Sometimes when I get my burger from my local butcher, it is almost so dry that you have to add a little oil to it. It's really good burger. And this, I don't have to add any oil to it, but it's not real greasy either. I probably won't have to drain too much off in there. Okay, friends, when this is browned up and all ready to add other ingredients to it, I'll bring it back and I'll show you our next steps. Okay, friends, now that is all ready, and look, there's not much grease in here, but what there is, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drain. All I do is just scoop it up with a nice spoon, and I got it dumping it in my one can. And there we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now that we've got that drained, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sprinkle my taco seasoning in here. I got enough for 2 pounds worth in there. And to that, we're going to add 2 nice cups. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and use what's left in here because there is not much in there. All right, we're just going to give this a little bit of a mix. And then we're going to turn this down, and we're just going to let this simmer for a few minutes. And this smells wonderful. If only you could smell this. And your homemade, now my homemade taco seasoning, I do have that in a video, friends. So if any of you are interested in that, you can go to my playlist, and in my spice blends and soup mixes, you will find the taco seasoning. This stuff is fantastic. Now I'm going to cover this with a lid, and this is going to simmer. I'm going to turn it right down on low, and it's going to simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. And when that's done, I'll bring you back and show you the next step. Okay, friends, you can see in this bowl that it's a beautiful mix. All right, so with that, I'm going to put my black beans in here. I love black beans with all that. And then we are going to get our refried beans in here. This is really easy to put together. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time. The longest it takes is, of course, cooking the meat. Okay, now we're going to mix this all up. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? If you have a lot of this left over from making your burritos, you can freeze this in containers or even Ziploc bags and use it for the next go-round as well. It'll freeze good up to about 3 months in your freezer. And if you don't have time to put them all together in the burritos right now, you can always make this ahead of time, put it in your freezer, and then make your burritos at a later date too. All right, so there we have that. Okay, friends, now that I got that mixed in, we're going to put 2 cups of cheese into this mixture. And I've got a Mexican blend cheese. Okay, and that'll melt into there beautifully. All right, now I'm going to show you how this all comes together. Okay, friends, I'll show you how I do this. Now I warm my tortilla shells because that way they're a little easier to work with. I take about 1.5 scoops of my sauce. And I put it on there. And I roll it. And you can roll it again. Okay, now I'm going to wrap this in my aluminum foil. And there's my burrito all ready for the freezer. Now I'll show you that again. Okay. Alright, we're going to put that up there. We're going to fold it, and roll it. Wrap it in here, roll it up, fold it as you roll it, and there's your burrito ready for the freezer. So I've got a lot of them to get done, friends, and I'll bring you back when they're all done and show you how they look. Okay, friends, there we have it. That's how easy it is to put these burritos together. They make a wonderful quick meal. You can even unwrap them, put them in the microwave, heat them in the oven. You can saute them in the pan and brown the tortilla. It's wonderful, whatever way you want to do it. You can make wet burritos out of them. They're beautiful, and they're a wonderful addition to your freezer. They make for a very quick meal on a busy day. So there you have it, friends. I hope you give this recipe a try, and thanks for watching.